Hi everyone and welcome back to Dev Portal, your go-to channel for mastering Java and tech concepts. In today's video, we are going to tackle a fundamental yet frequently asked question in Java interview, that is, why do we write public static void main in Java? If you are a Java beginner or preparing for the interviews, this is a must-known concept. So let's start our discussion. As you can see in the screen, I have written one basic program, that is Hello World program, that we usually write when we start our coding. So what I will do, I will use command line in place of STS to run all these things so that we know how it is generating the error. So what I will do, first I will go to the place where this main file is present. So here you can see we have one main.java and one is main.class. What I will do, first let me delete this file and here I will open my CMD. And first I will try to compile this code. So I will write java c and I need to mention main.java so that it can compile the code and it can generate the .class file for us. So code got compiled successfully. If I go here in the file section, you can see main.class file is also reflecting. It means our .class file got generated after compilation. Now we will try to run this code. So for that I will write java main.java. And as you can see in the screen, it is printing hello world. So our program got executed successfully. Same thing we can do in STS as well. Just I need to go to the STS and I will click on this run button. And you can see in the console it is printing hello world. So this is how we can run our program. Now let's break down the main method signature, that is public static void main. Each keyword has served a specific purpose and together they make the main method recognizable to the JVM. We will start our discussion with the public keyword. The public keyword makes the main method accessible to the JVM from anywhere. As we know that Java access modifier contains public, private and protected keywords, and if we make the method as public, then we can use it from anywhere. So if we change this public to some other access modifier, in that case we will found that our program will not get executed and it will give us the error. Still you will be able to compile the code, but you will not able to run the code. Let me show you. Suppose in place of public, if I remove this keyword and let me save this code, and what I will do, first let me delete this .class file as well. So now only my save code is present. Let me show you. So it got open in VS Code. So you can see here public is not present. So let me close this. And now I will try to first compile the code and we will see that code got compiled successfully. Let me clear the screen first. And now I will write java c main.java. So as you can see, the code got compiled successfully. If I go to the files, you can see main.class file is reflecting. It means it created the .class file as well. Now if I try to run this code, in that place I will get an error in place of hello world. Let me show you. So I will write java and I will mention main.java. So as you can see in this screen, the code got compiled successfully, but it throw the runtime error because the main method is not public, so JVM is not able to access it. So this is about public keyword. Now let's talk about static keyword. The static keyword ensures that the main method belongs to the class and not an instance of that class, which means we no need to create the object of that class for accessing that method. So this means the JVM can call the main method without creating an object of that class. Let me show you. So if I go to the STS again, first let me undo this changes, that is public I have added, and now this time what I will do, I will remove this static keyword. Let me save this code again. Again I will delete this .class file and we will try to compile the code first. So as you can see, the code got compiled successfully again. You can see here again .class file got generated, and if I try to run the code this time, so as you can see again it has thrown the error that JVM cannot able to find the static method. Without static, the JVM would need to create an object of that class, which add unnecessary complexity for the JVM. So that's why we keep static as well with public for the main method, so that with public JVM will be able to use that method from anywhere or call that method from anywhere, and with the help of static it belongs to the class, so it not need to create the object of that class. This is about public and static. Now let's talk about void keyword. So void indicates that method does not return any value to us, and the main method is not expected to return anything because its primary purpose is to act as a program entry point. Let me show you. If I try to change that void to something else, it will not able to find our main method. So let me first undo. let me add static, and this time what I will do, I will change void to int suppose, and here I need to mention return, and let me return 0. So let me save this. Again what I will do, I will first delete this dot class file, and now I will try to compile this code first. Code got compiled successfully. Now let me try to run this code. So as you can see in the screen, again it has thrown the error and it is suggesting us to keep the return type as void for the main method. So this is about void. Now let's talk about main. Why we keep main as a name of that method? So the JVM specifically look for the method name main as an entry point to start the program execution. This is the convention defined by the Java language specification. Suppose if we change the method from main to something else, in that case our program will not get executed. Let me show you. So what I need to do here, first let me remove this return, and again I will change into void, and in place of main what I will do, let me give this a name, suppose start, and let me save this code, and again we will try to compile the code first, and now we will try to run the code. So you can see in the screen it is saying it is not able to find the main method in our class. And as JVM first look for the main method to start the execution of the program, so as it is not able to find it, it will give you the error. So this is about the method name. Now let's talk about a string argument that we can pass while executing our program. Let me show you. So here as you can see we have mentioned string args so that we can pass our input to our program. So first let me change this to main, and what I will do here, in place of sysout I will run one for loop. I will write one for loop here, and let me give this str args, and if any argument is coming, that I will print here, and then I will add one sysout statement, and here I will mention, okay, here I need to mention str, here I will mention end of main method, and in the beginning what I can do, this is args. Here again I can add one more sysout statement, and it will print inside main method. Let me save this code, and first let me compile, and now I will try to run this code. And now what I will do, first let me run the code without passing the argument. So you can see it is printing inside main method, then end of main method, which means we haven't provided any argument, so our for loop did not execute it. Now again we will try to run the code, and we will pass some argument as well. Suppose dev portal, let me pass it together, and then I will pass tutorial, Java tutorial. So you can see now it is printing inside main method, then dev portal, then Java tutorial, and then end of main method. Suppose if I pass Java then tutorial, then it will consider Java as one string, then tutorial as another string. You can see in the screen it is printing dev portal, Java tutorial, and then end of main method. So this is how you can pass the input argument to your code. Now let's talk about what will happen if we change string args to something else. Let me show you. Suppose here I am consuming a string, in place of string if I mention int, in that case what will happen? So here as well I need to mention int. Let me save this code, and let me compile this first, and now I will try to run the code without argument, and you can see it is saying that it is not able to find the main method in our file, that is main.java. Now let me tell you few more scenarios that what will happen if we change the method signature. Suppose here we have mentioned this int, first let me change it to string, and now what I will do, I will remove this entire block of code. Just I will mention public static void main. Let me save this code, and now what I will do, first I will try to compile the code. So let me go to the CMD again. First let me compile. So now it is suggesting me to add this semicolon. So let me add this semicolon as well first. And again if I try to compile the code, so as you can see in the screen it failed at compilation, and it is suggesting that the method body is missing, or we should declare that method as abstract method. So what I will do, again let me change this, let me add brackets, and what we are going to do now, this time in place of main we will try to overload this method. So what I will do, I will create another method, and in that method what we are going to do, I just change the parameters. Here string, in place of string I will take int, and here as well I need to change it to int, and this is my main method. So inside main method with int argument, and end of main method with int arguments. So let's save this code and try to run, and we will see that it will execute our main method with string argument, not the int method. So first let me compile the code. Now let me run the code, java main.java, and I will give 1 2 3. So you can see in the screen it is printing inside main method, not inside main method with integer argument. So this means that you can overload your main method as well, but still the entry point will remain the same. If you want to call your overloaded method, in that case you need to call it from your main method. So what I will do it here, first let me remove this for, and I will call my main method here main, and here what I will do, I will pass new int. Suppose here to pass the value I will write 1 2 3. So now let's save and run the code. So first let me compile. It got compiled successfully. Now let me pass argument as well, and you can see first it has printed inside main method, then it has called our main method with integer argument, so that it is printing inside main method with int arguments. Then it has printed the value 1 2 3, which is not these values which I have passed it here, but the actual values which is present in the code. Let me change the input as well. Suppose here I will mention hello, and now if I call, you can see there is no change in the output. It is printing 1 2 3, then end of the main method with int arguments, and then end of the main method. Let me show you one more example. We have mentioned public static void main. Suppose if we change the order, then what will happen? So if I first, let me remove this call, and suppose first I will mention static and then I will mention public, then what will happen? It will compile our code and it will execute our code as well. Let me show you. First let me clear the screen, and I will write java c main.java, and code got compiled successfully. And if I try to run the code as well, main.java, it will get execute as well. See, you can see it is printing inside main method, then end of main method. So you can change the order of public and static, but if you change the order for your main and void, in that case it will fail. Let me show you. If I mention suppose void between static and public, now you can see it is throwing error, compilation error itself. So if I try to run the code or compile the code first, so as you can see in the screen, it has failed at the compilation itself. So again let me change it to previous, and if I change main and void, in that case what will happen? Main then void, again it will fail at compilation. So you can see it failed at compilation check. So this is all about main method. Let me show you one more example. Suppose if this is not necessary, you just keep public static void main. You can add few more keywords as well, but not all the keywords. Let me show you the example. First let me keep it public, then static, then we will keep void, and then finally main. And what I will do, I will add one keyword here as well, synchronized, and we will see that this will get execute. So first let me compile the code. Code got compiled successfully. Let me clear the screen, and now I will try to run the code, java main.java, and you can see it got executed successfully. So with this, what we can understand that it is not only necessary to keep public static void main, we can keep other keyword as well, not every keyword. What synchronized will do, it will keep the method synchronized with the thread execution. As we know that only single thread is going to execute this main method, that is the main thread, so it will not impact our execution. Now let's discuss what will happen if we miss any of the keyword. If we miss the public keyword, in that case JVM will not able to access our main method. If we miss the static keyword, in that case JVM we know that it is not creating the object of that class, so it will not able to access our main method again. If we talk about return type, then it is necessary to keep the void. If we change it to some other data type, in that case again we will get the error at runtime. It will suggest us to keep the return type as void. And if we change the method name from main to something else, again in that case JVM will not able to recognize the method, and it will say you need to create the main method in your class. As we know that main method is the entry point of any Java program. And if we change the argument from string to something else, in that case again our Java program will not get executed. So to summarize, public makes the main method accessible to the JVM, static allows the JVM to call the main method without creating the object, void ensures that no return value is expected by the JVM, and string argument enable command line argument support. All these keywords together makes the main method recognizable and executable by the JVM. That's it for today's video on Dev Portal. I hope this tutorial will help you to understand why we will write public static void main in Java. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe and share it with others who are learning Java. Notes link I will give you in the description box, as well as I will provide you in the comment section as well. Have any question or suggestion for the future topics, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next video where we will cover another Java interview topic.